Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Absolute Football Podcast, Absolutely Lower League, the show dedicated to everything from the EFL Championship, League One, and League Two. I'm not going to apologise for being late, because the reason we were late is because of your comment, Sean. Once you poke the bear, once you tell us that we are late and act, we're going to be a few more minutes late. I've warned you this before, everyone. You try and point out our flaws, and we'll just banter you. We're full of banter on this podcast, aren't we, guys?
Yeah.
Full of it.
Full of it. But we are here. We are here to talk playoff finals and playoff finals. Before we get to that, though, how are you and how's your week been?
Yeah, it's actually been all right. Yeah. Apart from got a little bit of a stomach issue, too much football. I think I might have been off the celebration of Ballard's goal last week, to be totally honest with you. But apart from that, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I had a nice week at work, running an award at work last night, so that was nice. Yeah, just before we start as well, actually, because I've completely forgot to ask you this, but I know that a lot of people who follow me watch this, and in the Northeast here, one of our very young, talented boxers, George O'Connor, sadly lost her life due to quite an aggressive form of cancer. I just want to pass on my sincere condolences to George's family. She was an absolute beautiful woman and never stopped smiling. So I hope, just sleep tight, champ, and hope the family's okay. But
Is it feeling
it's sad. It is sad.
It's really sad. Dan, how are you and how's your week been?
Not too bad. Not too shabby at all. It's been sun shining again. Can't say much. I'm enjoying it for a ginge who can't tan. So yeah, all good. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Don't get me wrong. If anybody did watch the non-league show, you'll know I am struggling with my hay fever at the minute. Got a bad chest. When I laugh at the moment, I sound like Muttley. But when I talk, I sound like one of Marge Simpson's sisters. So, yeah, life's great. It's going well. My laugh's worse than usual.
But you're smiling, though. You're smiling. Like I say, after last Thursday, you're back and you're smiling.
Don't even talk to me about that. I got my pie, though. Don't worry, everyone. I got my pie. That's the only reason I'm smiling.
Win-win.
And we had some massive news come out today, but I'll talk about that on Monday. But not that show tonight. Monday, you're gonna all have to wait for it.
You don't have any Hendo's relish on your pie?
No.
No.
No. Just gravy. Just the usual. Just the usual. Jen, how are you and how's your week been? Double podding together again.
Yeah, double pod again this week. It's all right. I'm just chilling, just enjoying the football at the minute, which is great. But I'm definitely getting ready for the season to start now. Definitely getting there now. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the football at the minute.
I like how you said you're getting ready for the season to start. It's only been finished 2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels like everyone's just like in the playoffs, and I'm just like, hi, I'm just here.
I heard that Dale purposely messed it up because he wanted Jen to come to Scotland next season for a pie. That's why they messed it up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this pie because it's got good things being told about it. So
no, I know.
She's even bringing her own tea cakes.
Yeah.
Tea
cakes? She's getting a Wigan kebab.
Muffin.
Or muffin, bap, whatever you want to call it. That's
tea
that's
cakes
another
have
show in itself.
currency.
Current tea cakes,
I want the tea cakes, them little chocolate things with the marshmallows and.
Oh, they're nice then. But the only thing is, once I have one, it's like nom.
The ones with jam in as well.
Yeah,
jam ones are the best.
Yeah. Tunnock's tea cakes.
Yeah,
love them.
What about the ones with coconut?
Oh no.
No.
Don't ruin it with that foreign shirt.
I feel like I have to go like blah 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 to that.
I always remember when I used to like go to my grand's every Friday night after work. After school, when my dad used to pick us up at like 6 o'clock, and my gran always had the Tunnocks wafers for us, and we used to eat all 6 between us. It was like my gran had 2 each. That was like the Friday night. Friday night.
Was your gran like the average gran though? That was literally like, oh, it's been a week since I've seen you. You put some weight on. Here, go and get yourself something cupboard.
Oh, yeah.
Go and help yourself.
Yeah.
If I was never fat shamed by my gran, like it was literally like there must have been something wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like you're looking well. What? Who are you?
Oh, I love that. Every time I went to my grandma's as well, if I were happy, if I'd achieved something, if I was sad, she was like, oh, go and get yourself a biscuit. Everything was, oh, go and get yourself a biscuit.
Yeah.
And they won't let you say no when they give you a couple of quid.
Oh yeah, the money, yeah.
The worst as well, though, was when, sorry, I'm like ignoring everyone in the chat, but to be fair, you were moaning that we were late. So do you know what? For a few more minutes, we've got to ignore you.
We'll just talk about our brands for an hour. Never mind.
Yeah. The best one was when the ice cream van used to come round, right? And me and Amy used to be there. And my grandma would go to a bag, get a purse out. By the time she then got a purse out, got the money out, me and my sister would be coming back with all of our ice creams. She used to corner us and be like, take the money. We'd be like, no, I'm not taking it. But she'd like corner you. I believe in like a fiver in her hand, like, woo. Honestly. She scared me. She's not, she weren't actually scaring, bless her. But yeah, we best get to the chat. We do have Chrissy put, good evening all. Just a quick hello to everyone before I go back to work. Really hope everyone is well, and I really do miss you all. Have a wonderful show. Hope to see you guys at 10 o'clock. Oh, that's if we're going to be on.
I don't think we'll be on then, will we?
No, unless we're still talking about grandmas.
Get the grand chat for another hour. We might have a chance.
Yeah. We've got Kyle who's put good evening, legends. We've got Kate who says hi. Good evening, you beautiful bunch, Graham. Good evening, Graham. Our favourite. We love Graham. Why are we waiting? Why are you waiting, Sean? Why were you waiting? Yeah, Dan as well. Why are we waiting? And then we thought, you know what? We'll join in the chat and we'll banter you all. Because that's what we do. That is what we do.
I like how Dan's talking away there and he's on mute.
I know.
The usual. If I don't have at least one mess up every week, there's something.
Exactly.
No, Jen's already put it in there. Connection issues.
Yeah.
That's why it's got headphones on.
Perfectly timed.
It's a text-only pod tonight, fully old school. I know, imagine that. Love those earrings. Oh, thank you. Like I said, off air, they are from Temu. They weren't much money, so I will probably end up with an ear infection. But they look good for tonight. Who knows? if I've got no ears next week, then you know why. Thanks, Graham. We've got Johnny as well. I sound like Motley. I'm so sorry. Hi, Sha and Dan and Jen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Danny, this is the last time. Do not say that, Johnny. No, it won't be.
Nah.
I signed a contract.
That's it. I'm going to do as many shows of views as you've had interviews this month.
Overtime, then. We've only got 4 shows a week, Dan, not 7.
Love you, Johnny.
I'm so sorry. I'm in one of them real wind-up moods, so I do apologise, everyone. 1 minute, I just need to cough. Gone pulls. We've got Simon. Simon, bring us back down to earth now. Hi, everyone. Hope you're all okay. Congratulations on a semi-final win, and really hope you win on Saturday.
Thank you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Time to go back home to Rochdale. I'm hoping that's for you, Jen. Like, obviously, you guys coming back and not just me in general, because I'm having a nightmare.
Well, think of
really
it, Joe.
I do need to. I'm going to say I do need to go home, but I'm sat at home. I need to go bed somewhere. Fun fact: Derek Adams loved a tonic wafer.
Who doesn't?
Ooh.
I mean, who doesn't?
That is true. That is true. We weren't all moaning. I didn't mean you, Graham. I never include you in that. Don't worry. All right, everyone. Has anyone seen the latest On the Road video by Smith? You might seen a familiar face. Oh, who's this familiar face? Luke. Just wear your headphones and exactly. You'll never know. Never know. We've got as well football fans, football interviews. Shara, I hope you come in Wembley next Sunday. Oh, do you know what? Can I just quickly touch on this? So, obviously, I watched the playoff semi-final, the second one yesterday. So Forest Green and Southend. And Southend obviously came back, won on penalties. And I put a really nice post about Southend because you all know how much love I have for Southend and Kevin Mayer and stuff and how far they've come. And I feel like I've been now adopted by Southend fans. And they're all inviting me to go to Wembley with them.
Oh.
It's so good. They're all like, Shah, please come to Wembley with us. It's so lovely. So thank you. Oh, Johnny's hit back at you, Dan. Only 3 this week. Only 3. And spoiler, it's me. Oh, you'll have to send us a link, Luke. But we'll be nice and calm. We need to talk football. So we are going to start with the Championship, the playoff final, Sheffield United, Sunderland. And start us off. I'm just going to really quickly blow my nose. Start us off.
I'm excited. I was going to turn my light on. I'm sorry. Because there we go. Live TV, everyone. Live TV. Yeah, I'm more excited than anything else. It hasn't really been like the nerves haven't come yet. And I think that's probably what I'm most nervous about is not being nervous because it's Sunderland and something bad will happen. But we'll see. Travelling down tomorrow. I'm going to do an hour in Trafalgar Square, I think, and then just hit a few pubs, not get too drunk. And then Saturday will be what it'll be. You know what I mean? It's like there's been. I think the club's done really well this week. I had to put a few really nice bits of social media together about some of the players and their career so far in photos and stuff. I think Job did one and Daniel did one today, which tugged at the old heartstrings because he's obviously he's a Sunderland lad, isn't he? And he's just living the dream being the Sunderland captain at Wembley. It's going to be absolutely unreal, for him, to lead us out. And obviously did that 3 years ago when we beat Wickham. And then obviously on Facebook today, all the memories 3 years ago is when we beat Wickham. So all that's flooding back and stuff like that. So I'm trying not to think about the game too much. I'm just thinking about the actual whole weekend, to be fair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. See what happens. The game itself, like I said, it's going to be difficult, of course. They're a fantastic side. But as I keep saying, and I've said it all season, so are we, and we deserve to be in that final. And we've got players that are going to will hurt Sheffield United. Problem is, I think they might have too many that could hurt us, but it's a game of football for 90 minutes and see what happens. The most part I'm nervous about is VAR because, obviously, I'm honestly not just saying it to make. We've never had that. Obviously, we've never experienced that as Sunderland fans. And I just hope that the game, and this is all 3 games, so all 3 games are getting VAR. And I just hope that none of the 3 games spoiled by a really shit decision. And something that something that's going to be controversial because I don't think that any of these teams who are in these finals deserve to lose by a controversial VAR check or something along those lines. So we'll see what happens. I hope it bloody doesn't go up. I hope it doesn't go penalties. Christ almighty. We'll see. I mean, like I say, to go on, like obviously I'll talk about the game a bit. Like personally, I think it'll get decided in 90 minutes. I just think both teams are too good to like. I think both teams will score. I think, like I said, they've got, like Kiefer Moore up front, who causes a lot of ball. Every time we play Keith against Kiefer Moore, he does something. So see what happens there. Obviously, they've got a good midfield, Gus Hamer and Callaway and all that. Good fullbacks as well. It'll be interesting. I don't know what we'll do. I don't know if we'll set up like what we did against Coventry and hope to catch them on the break, which we did at home when we played them at home. When we won 2-1, so it wouldn't shock us doing that. But for me, I think he's got to find a way of getting Romain Mundle in. If Romain Mundle plays and is fit and has a good 90 minutes, I think we win. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I can't wait, to be honest, Shah. It's like, even if we lose, I'm kind of confident we'll go up next season anyway.
Yeah.
And I know we'll lose some players. Of course, we'll lose some players anyway. You know what I mean? It's like both sides of the coin. If we go up, we're gonna have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Probably lose Job anyway, because he's going no matter what. He's going to Dortmund. You know what I mean? So lose Job, but we get Lafayette, because Lafayette has to be signed if we go up. So it's like for like replacement, really. But then, like, do we lose? But then we're gonna have to like sign 100 millions worth of players just to compete. Then, is that setting what the ultimate goal for us to be self-sustainable in the Premier League? Is that setting that back a couple of years? Possibly. But then if we stay down, we'll obviously lose Job again, but we don't have a ready-made replacement, but we'll have 30-odd million to try and sign somebody, but then we'll also probably lose Chris Rigg, Dennis certain, possibly Eliza Mayen.
Do you not think Job's ready for Dortmund, though? Do you think maybe they'll give him a chance to be loaned back in the Prem?
Nah, I think they've got the same like vision for him as what they got with his brother. Like, he's had 2 years now at Sunderland. Yeah. He's cut his teeth in the Championship, which is exactly what Jude did. And then he went to Dortmund, didn't he? And look what happened to him then. And that's what I think. That's what they'll do. It'll just be that same where he goes there. We've started him off. He'll go there. Hopefully, does the business over there. And you got to remember, in Germany that the league, the football's a lot slower, so he'll thrive in that. He'll thrive in like a lesser paced environment, because he'll just run the game. But we'll see what happens. It might be his last game for us on Saturday. We'll see what happens. We're there, but yeah, I'm just excited more than all else. Just for 7 years being out of this league, and I know like other clubs have got much worse problems what we've got, but to have that chance to be back in where I think we belong is brilliant, but I'm just relaxed either way. You know what I mean? I'll be gutted if we lose, don't get us wrong. I'll be devastated. It'll probably take a few weeks to go over it. But see what happens.
There is a couple of comments in the chat. So everyone's ranting about VAR, by the way. That's a lot of the conversation. Johnny put as well, O'Hare won't start. And Simon put, O'Hare won't start, but if he does come on, I'd love... I can't even read properly.
O'Nien,
yeah, to kick the aggressive.
The problems with that, though, if he does, he'll get sent off by VAR, won't he?
Exactly.
That's a little worry, because like everyone knows, like who watches something like Luke O'Nien is a proper shithouse, and he is, and he gets away with a lot. In the box on corners and stuff, he is dragging a lot of players down into the ground and stuff, and he does get away with it. That won't happen under VAR, and that kind of worries us a little bit. But they're not gonna play Ballard and Mepham. It'll be O'Nien and Ballard. I'll be amazed if Mepham starts, to be honest. And that's mental saying that. Like 6 weeks ago, and I'm saying Mepham's been the best signing of the summer, and I don't think he'll start, because he's got to start Dan Ballard after his performances in the last 2 games against Coventry. I mean, he was just an absolute colossus, wasn't he? So you can't not start Ballard. And O'Nien will relish the game, what he'll relish the occasion,
Yeah.
whether it gets too much for him. But it didn't the last time when we played Wickham, and that was against the team he used to play for, so he'll be fine. It's just, I actually think with VAR, it shouldn't be in the playoff finals. I don't understand why it is.
Yeah.
Because it's that self-automated offside as well, that's on. But we've never had VAR in the Championship, in League One or in League Two. So why for one game a season you getting it? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Dan, I'm going to come to you next, but I want your opinion on Sheffield United. I know, not actually your opinion, but put up a case for them. Like, what's your thoughts on them? And obviously, the game.
They've sort of come good at the right time.
Yeah,
they fell off quite a little bit, and I think it was pretty much after the defeat to us where they realised, right, we're going to have to lace up our boots now. The playoffs is the best we can hope for. This is where we need to sort of, if you were playing Football Manager, you call a team meeting. That's what he's done, and they've rallied the troops, shall we say, and tried to get them going again. We all know what Sheffield United record is like in the playoffs. It is pretty poor. So, you'd like to say off history that the favourite going into it would be Sunderland. Yeah, exactly.
so I did it.
Exactly. You know how much I'm kicking like underneath this desk in front of me. I'm just like, I can't do this. But yeah, I think Sheffield United have to go all out. The 6 goals they put past Bristol City just goes to show that they aren't turning up here to make it a numbers game. They are going to go all out. Chris Wilder wants that. I think it would shut a lot of doubters up. That have said, "Oh, nah, Sheffield United playoffs, it's not going to work. It never does." If it doesn't work, Chris Wilder shouldn't have been given the opportunity to do a rebuild, etc. But as much as I don't like the fella, he's not done a bad job to say they started on -2 points. I think I read a stat somewhere. In fact, the stat in front of me, that Sheffield United finished 14 points, obviously ahead of Sunderland, but it's the biggest points difference between 2 Football League playoff finalists in the current format since 1988. So it's mental, absolutely mental. These two have actually played each other in the playoffs before, but it was a playoff semis in 97, 98. Again, another reason why you don't want it to go to penalties after losing to Charlton that year in the final. So, so yeah, it's Sheffield United have got to go all out. But we all know what Sheffield United are like. They are built on quite a solid defensive structure. They like to get the ball over the top. Quite a counter-attacking team, sorry. But as we've seen from Sunderland's performances against Coventry, and no disrespect to Sunderland's performances, they did sit back a little bit, wait for that opportunity to try and get in behind. So let's see if they invite the pressure of Sheffield United and make them change their game early doors. It could be a very quite wide open game with goals galore.
Yeah, I would rather see us go on the front foot, to be honest. Like, you're going to be in front of 80,000 fans. You're going to be,
massive pitch as well.
Yeah, big pitch, big dimensions. We've got, pace to burn up there. And for me, it's always at Wembley. If you get the first goal, it just, and for our fans, if we scored first, I think it would just calm us down a little bit. When we played Wickham like 3 years ago now, we scored. We had a free kick which hit the side, and everyone thought we'd scored. And then Elliot Edmonton, who's from the same village as me, he scored quite early on. I think it was like 10th, 15th minute or something along those lines. And we just it just took the sting out of Wickham, and Wickham puffed and puffed, but they didn't have that many chances. And then obviously Ross Stewart scored. So I think we need to score first, because I think if Sheffield United score first and then just sit back, and that's been our problem like most of the season. When teams come and set up not to lose against us, we do struggle to break them down, because we're kind of the game is pretty much two sides who play the same type of football, who sit back and want to counter each other on the break, and that's not going to happen.
If you play like you did at Turf Moor, mate, I've got no doubts that you will absolutely put Sheffield United to the sword.
But if you remember when we played them at their ground, at Bramall Lane, we took the front foot and we were excellent that game. And we
Was
were
that the
only
game in January when you won 2-1?
no, it was earlier on.
Right.
I think it was like October, November. We went to Bramall Lane and we lost. We lost 1-0. Tom Davis scored quite late on, but we had a penalty. It was pretty much like the Burnley game where we had a penalty. We missed. Patrick Roberts missed a penalty, but we had so many chances, and their goalkeeper had a fantastic game as well. That was one of our best performances this season. You know, for over 90 minutes, dominated a really, really good side. Yet they got a goal, and it kind of, you know, it destroyed our confidence a little bit. But it's one of them, and it's going to be. I mean, it's a lottery anyway. It's playoff final. It's a lottery anyway. But we'll see what happens. But I'm just so excited. I'm just looking for the occasion is what I'm looking forward to more than the match. You know what I mean? Just being there again, and it is. And, you know, for people who've been, it's still a magical place to go. You know, it's still a wonderful stadium, this, that, and the other, and just to have, you know, an army. I mean, it's the red and white derby, and everyone's going to be red and white, so that'll be fun. I quite like how Box Park have decided, even though we've got the west side of the ground, that Box Park decided that they're going to host Sheffield United fans because the managing director is a Sheffield United fan. You know, Box Park's shit anyway, so it's not. It's fucking brilliant. So, but nah, just I'm kind of like not thinking about tactics, this, that, and the other until Saturday. Right now, it's just excitement at the moment, and it's to have this opportunity of getting rid of 7 years of hurt, to be honest, and then getting back up to the Premier League and getting battered every week. You know what I mean? Can't wait.
You know, it's a good thing for the North East, though. You've even got your arch rivals wanting you to come back up to have those rivalries again. That says something. It can only bode well for the area. I love stuff like that. Like I say, these are stories that, you know, we saw. I said it last week, didn't I? We've seen teams like Leeds and Southampton and yourselves that have dropped down to League One, had to do rebuild jobs, and it's took them years to get back to where they need to be. This feels like it's Sunderland's time now. So I want you to go on and do it. And plus, it's the 24th of May, is it, on Saturday? Yeah. So it's only one day off from 16 years ago that Sheffield United lost against Burnley in the playoff final. So lovely. How
I mean, you mentioned form and stuff like that. Like they've never won a playoff final. I mean, we've only won one. So I mean, it's not really a great form to go on. But the one that we did win was the last one we were in. So we've got that monkey off our backs now. Whereas, you know, as much as you like can think about, it's not, you know, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. It does matter when you're going to that. Because it's a neutral venue, and you haven't won there as a player, then it is going to be on your mind. You know, you go back to some of the Sheffield United players. I mean, you look at, you know, some of them who have had hurt in Wembley. We were mentioned before, Hamer and O'Hare. They were in the Coventry side 2 years ago, that lost. So they haven't got good memories there. Majority of our players have, because we went up 3 years ago, and we've still got about 6 or 7 players from that squad who still play for us now. So they know what it's like to win at Wembley. They've got the experience of it. So that could come in handy. And I kind of agree with you, and that's why I'm trying not to get too overly confident. But from what's happened this season, when, you know, we had, you know, a new manager, we did really well at the start of the season, a difficult finish. But you look at that Coventry game where, you know, we went through, you know, walls for each other, and, you know, got the winner through, you know, a Dan Ballard header that, you know, that just sent everyone into, you know, just sent eruptions around Sunderland. You know what I mean? It was just unbelievable. It does feel like this season, that this moment is our time, but we cannot underestimate how good of a side we're playing. Like, I would put Sheffield United as slight favourites because you've mentioned the points and all that. I don't think the points difference kind of speaks the whole story, because Sheffield United was still in that top 2 hunt long after we came out of it, because we like, I think it was like Leeds in February when we kind of decided we're going to, you know, rotate and everything like that. So I don't think that particularly matters, but we'll find out. We'll find out at 3 o'clock on Saturday, I feel. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
And I love how you say you're not going to be drunk on Friday. Like, the nerves will kick in and the beers will start going down to try and calm them.
Won't be able to sleep on Friday night.
Trafalgar will not be square anymore by the time you stop beers, I'll tell you that.
I'm only going for an hour because they're doing a bloody techno thing there. Someone called Turbo D or whatever. I've never heard of him. He's rocking up and doing like a set and all. I was like, I'm not into that shit. Like, so I'm going to go down Camden, I think, but see what happens. But you know, if anyone sees us, say hello. You know, I'm very
Jen, what's your thoughts on this game?
Oh God, my heart's with Sunderland because I love Job so much, and I just think for him to leave Sunderland, getting them back up to the Premier League, being loved by that team, I just think would be amazing for him. I think if they get promoted, he's probably going to be ending up in tears somewhere, because I think he knows that there's a lot of rumours he's going to Dortmund. He probably will go to Dortmund, but I think if they win and they do get promoted, I think he will probably be in tears just because of how much he generally loves that club. You can see it when he speaks. You can see it when he's playing. Like after they won, it was straight over to his mum, giving his mum a hug. And I think that's so special because that family is so tight-knit. Like, it's such a special family that they've got. And I think if he was able to do it and then go to Dortmund and absolutely smash it, I don't think any Sunderland fan will say anything bad about him. A lot like the Birmingham have never said anything bad about Jude. So I think for me, it's got to be Sunderland. I just think they've got the edge over Sheffield United. Even if it's a last-minute winner like it was last time, I'll take it. I think it'll be an exciting game. I reckon a few goals before half-time, definitely.
Do you know what as well, Jen? I actually feel that Saturday might be a Job moment where he comes of age and either gets the winner or he does something in that game that'll kind of get everyone kind of standing up and paying attention to him. It's got that feel about it that it needs it. Like every playoff final has a story, doesn't it? You know, there's always something, especially the championship ones. You know, I remember Kevin Phillips scoring for Palace and stuff like that against Watford, which was his first club, all that stuff. And it has got that kind of story, but on the other hand, is it that Sheffield United finally get over the playoff hoodoo? So no matter what, there is a story. But I feel that, and Dan mentioned it before, that pitch, the dimensions of that pitch, which is a lot bigger, will suit Joe Bellingham down on the ground.
Yeah.
It really will. So
100%.
see what happens. Oh. Yes, and we are in the West.
Right. I'm going to come to you all now. I've done this on the non-league ones. I'm going to do it on this one. Do you know what, Jen? I'm coming to you first. Who will it be? Sheffield United or Sunderland?
Sunderland.
Ooh.
Yeah, Sunderland. I think it's going to be Sunderland 3-1. I'm going with 3-1.
Dan the man. Sheffield United or Sunderland?
Oh, he's on mute.
2-1 to the Mackhams. Come on, the boys.
I couldn't resist going.
I'm having like a coughing fit, you know, when you've just got like a bit of it just stuck in your throat. And you're just like, and then I'm just like talking, thinking, oh shit, I ain't unmuted myself. I'm just slagging you all in comments, really. You all think I've got a cough.
That's fine, don't worry.
We all do it.
And are you backing your boys?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think both teams will score. I think 3-1 to shout. 3-1 to shout. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not giving a score prediction. I can't because I don't want to jinx it. So I'll just say, can I just say that I think we'll win?
Of course you can.
That'll do.
You can do what you want on here, Ant. Do whatever you want.
I mean, like Johnny's
posted Sean's comment. I don't know how to take Sean's comment though.
That's the reason why we showed up late. I like Johnny's. I mean, Johnny wants me to have a heart attack on Saturday, doesn't he? Like 2-2 and 4. I'm not having that. I don't want any of that. I can't take any more after last Tuesday.
There's a lot of people back in Sunderland, and do you know what? I'm going to do a full house because I thought I was a jinx on this podcast, but I've actually been getting some predictions right recently. But yeah. Sunderland. I cannot go against Sunderland. We still got Sunderland, Luke. 2-2, but Sunderland win on pens.
Not pens.
I know.
I hate penalties so much.
I
Even when it's
agree
not
with
my own
that
team.
comment there. I agree with that comment there. If Mundell's fit, we win. That's my prediction anyway. That I would be, if it goes to 2:00 on Saturday and read the team sheet out and Romain Mundell's in that starting 11, I'd be very, very confident that we win that game because he is absolutely unbelievable. And it means we can put Enzo Lefebvre in the 10, which he's never played in the 10 before for us yet. So, and we'll see what happens.
A lot of people.
Well, there is now. Everyone being confident about us make me less confident now.
Before we move on now, has anybody else got anything they want to add to obviously the championship chat? Has any of you had your retain list out yet? Any news going around the championship? Floor is yours, whoever wants to speak.
Yeah, we announced our return list the other day, which was very surprising. There's been lots of rumours that CJ Riley's off to Strasbourg, and then as a fan, you're checking how Strasbourg are doing. They missed out on European football, so you're thinking he's not going to go there. Surely a chance in the Prem. We're still talking to Brownhill, and apparently we're still talking to Ashley Barnes. Now I can't see him getting as much game time, unless it's a very injury hit squad. But having him there is massive to those players as well. He's like the father figure of the group. So if he does stay on, he would be there, like similar to when we had Joe Hart. He was there more of a voice of reason in the dressing room, and you need that. But we've released John Joe Shelby and Nathan Redmond, and Jeremy Sarmiento has gone back to Brighton after his loan move. But we've secured 4 players that were on loan: Bashir Humphries from Chelsea, Jadon Anthony from Bournemouth, Zian Fleming from Millwall, and who've I forgot? I was doing so well. Ash, Jadon, Zian, and Marcus Edwards.
Yeah.
Marcus Edwards. To be fair, he's been pretty quiet the last couple of games. He's not really ripped up any trees, so fingers crossed he'll come good again in the Prem. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Cheers, Johnny. You've been employed. But yeah, we've got a lot of loan players coming back. You know, a lot of these loan players went out with views to signing permanent deals. Zeki Amdouni went to FC Basel, didn't quite work out, but he's linked with a move to Besiktas, and now there's some image floating around of him in a Besiktas shirt when he was a kid. So it's looking like that could possibly come about. But as long as we get good money for the players, I don't think we're going to have the wool pulled over our eyes. And well, I said Nathan Redmond is still playing. The one biggest regret I had in the season that we signed him was we took Nathan Redmond on trial and Andros Townsend. Now, Andros Townsend actually played in 2 of our pre-season games and was brilliant. I thought, sign him. And because Vincent Kompany didn't like the fact that he was already 30, he said no and went for Nathan Redmond, who was 29.
Oh my God.
It's that bad that the people at Burnley was helping Andros Townsend find a house, finding schools for his kids, everything. And then Kompany went, nah.
Oh.
So no, I'm looking forward to next year, and I'm glad that we've managed to retain a lot of the bulk of the squad. But also good news, and I know it's probably more for the Wednesday show, but Burnley's women's have now gone full time.
I love that.
So it's brilliant. And just to rub it into those unwashed down the M65 who have had to pull out of the WSL, Burnley have put in an application to say, look, 1 Northwest team's left. We've gone full time. We've got everything here. Give us a buy into it. So, you know, we've been flirting around the top 3 for the last 2 or 3 seasons. So why not? And Sean, if you want him, you can have him because he's not going to be playing at our place for a while.
Sam Waller.
Yes.
You need to let us get Sam Waller. That is the only person right now who I want. Oh, honestly. We'll even pay money for him. Like, I'm just hoping, praying. We need a goalkeeper. We all love Sam Waller. It happens. Please, Dan, put in a word.
I'm not being fit, but he's loved his time. He's loved his time at Rochdale because he mentioned it at the evening do because he did. He was one of the ones that stayed longest before having to leave because they all went to Vegas early doors. But he said that if I got a chance, I'd be back in a heartbeat. I loved it. So he said it himself.
Oh, I love Sam Waller. Stop. I'm just going to be smiling this whole show now. Oh, love that. Anybody else got anything they want to add on the Championship before we move on?
What's the Championship?
I know. All right.
There was that rumour about Hull possibly getting Michael Beale, wasn't there? But I think that's got a little bit more quiet. But, if you are a Hull fan and listening to this and you do get Michael Beale, God bloody help you, that's for sure.
The Sheffield United Twitter hack.
Yes, I forgot to mention that.
Now, that was funny. Absolutely idolising Barry Bannon and his little tuft of hair at the front.
I know.
Thank you.
Question. Obviously,
not us.
Do you know what? You can't. It's too. You got to ask that question.
Too early, isn't it?
I think Leeds will do all right. I think
Leeds have got the name pull. Leeds have got the name pull to bring the players in.
And only 2 have gone up at the minute.
Yeah, got 100 million as well, haven't they? They're going to be the problem.
We had a solid defensive unit last season, and next season it's going to be the worst in defence in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The problem I've got with like the Premier League at the minute, and then there's a few problems, but like you're looking at who went down. All 3 of them comfortably went down. The year before, all 3 comfortably went down. And they were the 3 that got promoted. And you look at like this season, Man United finished 16th, Spurs 17th. Are there any teams that you think next season in the Premier League who are going to be poor apart from the 3 that go up? Like it's the difference in quality between the Championship and the Premier League is just getting so much bigger. Like, can you see Everton having a bad season? Probably not. West Ham maybe. But
United.
Well, yeah.
If you're watching, love you.
I mean, possibly, but it's that. She's
got a toes cross, Sam. She's got a toes cross. She's lying.
It's that kind of worry for me that even he likes, and again, I'm not disrespecting any team in the Premier League because the Premier League are brilliant. Like Palace, who I think was 13th, but won the FA Cup. So, well, let Dan come back to that. I'm gonna stay quiet for now. I'm gonna go on mute. Hang on.
So, yeah, probably more than likely, which is something that I look forward to. No VAR, regular back on here as usual. Not that I'm leaving. Just throw that in there. But yeah, it's all right. You just get used to the Championship because you won't even see the Prem unless you're watching Match at Day Mosh. Love you, Simon, but you're on your Todd with that one. Oi, oi.
Hey.
I think we need a little bit of an icebreaker. So Glenn has finally come in and said, which club account would you like to take control of for a day and why? And I'm going to come to you first.
Oh, Christ. Probably Newcastle's like. Newcastle just spread some random crap about Sam Fender. I think that'd be fun. You don't support us, Sam. Fuck off. Something along those lines.
Leave that question up. Jen, who are you going to go for?
I'd go for United. I'd just put out some random ass stuff. Ex-players and Mason Mount. Pure love. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Mason Mount loves Charlotte.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I wish. Dan.
It's got to be Blackburn, on it, and just keep posting the picture of Ashley Barnes pushing Kaminsky into the net. I actually told Barnes that the players do afterwards. I said, have you seen online that somebody's got Kaminsky's shirt from that actual game? And he said, "Oh, I've got to buy that. I've got to put it on my wall." So I'm like, "Go on, shithouse, love it." But that's fine, Johnny. You do that. You do that. To be fair, they make enough boo-boos themselves anyway. Some of it, honestly, you don't think half of them can spell that work there because they don't spell check half of the stuff. Well, bad.
Oh, I don't know if mine would be. Probably it'd be nice to arrive or like Oldham or something. But I'd love to have been the hacker on Sheffield United because we all love a come on Wednesday. Just posting.
Yes.
Come on Wednesday, all of us.
I wouldn't even go down the club though. I'd probably go for someone like Paddy Power because they get away with murder.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could just say something absolutely like tongue in cheek, but deep down you've got a really dark meaning behind it, and you just don't get done for it.
Like Kanye West.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know if it were me or Kanye West because he has outbursts all the time.
Yeah.
I have outbursts all the time. Is it Shah? Is it Kanye? Or Yay?
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. If you
Kanye buys
this,
earrings
Kanye.
from Temu.
Exactly. He inspired me. Pat Butcher inspired me.
See, that's quite funny because you sound like Frank.
That's what I do. Oh, I'm real lad.
Got him joining in now.
Love it. And Glenn also put, would Rochdale let Shah take over for a day on social media? Do you know what? I reckon they would, to be fair. I reckon they would.
First post would be, "Hello, Aki and Hayes."
Yeah,
I do that on my own. Do you know what? I might actually check if he's unfollowed or blocked me at this point.
I reckon that should happen for one week as Shah takes over the Rochdale account.
Yes. Oh, he still follows me.
Hey, Rodney, baby.
Oh, I love him. And me just doing songs, going Rodney.
Not paying attention to the game.
Oh, we've got our Claire in.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Bless her. Oh, we've got as well. Who out of the teams going in the championship will be? So remember Leicester City being found guilty could get points deduction.
Do you know what? I actually think the three again. We kind of don't know who's coming out of Charlton or Leyton or Orient, but I think Birmingham will do. I don't think they'll do as well as what Birmingham think they will.
Yeah,
because I think they're going to walk the lead, aren't they? But I think they'll be up there. The three that are coming down, I think Ipswich will do all right. Ipswich is still going to have a good side, minus Liam Delap.
Yeah.
But they're still going to have a good side for the championship. Leicester, I think, very possibly could do the double drop because they've lost Jamie Vardy, who's the only one who could score for them. And they're going to lose the likes of Ward Face and right along those lines. Southampton are going to lose Tyler Dibley, but nobody else. But is that team good enough to come back up again? I don't know. For me, next year, that's why I'm kind of more confident if we don't make it on Saturday. I think we will the season after because I don't think it'll be anywhere near the quality it has been the last couple of years. There's not a Leeds, there's not a Burnley, there's not a Leicester from 2 years ago. Yeah. It's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it'll be a lot more. You look at the likes of Norwich, Coventry, Borough, the teams who haven't met, who I think will do really well next year. But I think the losers of the playoff final haven't got that much to worry about because I don't think the quality will be as good, but we'll see.
Claire as well. I know, Claire, come and get your ass on here. We're talking League One next.
I'm putting shopping away.
Yeah.
I've got a slight rant about League One as well, actually.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Just this question next.
I think Leicester have got a very, very good chance.
Yeah, they have.
Again, the points deduction. Again, as I said about Vardy, even this year they lost. It's a Keane Dewsbury Hall, isn't it? Who went to Chelsea?
Yeah, to Chelsea.
And he was class, wasn't he, in the Championship? So good. And they've just got I don't think they've got any. Oh, good. There's just like nobody in that team that scares us, to be honest.
The transparency is just fucking brilliant.
It is, no.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to bog.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and this Graham.
At Leicester next season.
Yeah. Right, we do have to move on. Graham, I'd love to know your thoughts on this game and anybody else in the chat. It is League One, and it is Charlton Athletic against Leyton Orient. Jen, what are your thoughts on this game?
I feel like it's going to be a really tough one to call because they've both been absolutely excellent. And Leyton Orient they seem to have really come on in like the last half of the season. They've really seemed to push on. And it's hard because I love both of them. Like, I don't want either to lose. I have a friend who's a Leyton Orient fan. We have Graham who's a Charlton fan. It's a bit like... But I think I go back to Orient's story and the struggles that they had off field. It's very real to what we're going through now. Yeah. They've fought back up to be where they are in a playoff final. Like 3 years ago, they could have not been a club. So I think for the fans, it's a special day out for them, and they're just going to enjoy that no matter what. But I think it's going to be a very, very big game. I think it's probably going to end up in a draw and go to penalties. I don't think there's going to be a winner out of that game in 90 minutes.
I've got a feeling as well. From what I can remember, when they've met in the league, I think Charlton have won narrowly both times. I think it was a 2-1 and a 1-0 win. Graham, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Orient did beat them, but I think it was in is it the Bristol Street Motors Trophy? It's something. It's a trophy anyway. But I'm exactly the same. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I predicted my playoff winners, and I said I thought the final was going to be Charlton, Leyton Orient, and I'm so sorry, Graham, as well. This is no disrespect for you, but I just feel like with Leyton Orient, they have that momentum at the moment. Yeah. Something with people finishing like the lowest in the playoffs as well. I just feel like they're the underdog. Yeah. And it's happened with obviously Southend in the National League. I'm not going to make it about National League, but it's happened there. And I just feel like with Leyton Orient, there's less pressure on them.
Yeah.
There is less pressure. I feel like with Charlton, and I would love for them to go up because obviously we've got Graham in the chat. I think Charlton are a massive club as well. We've seen them in the Premier League before. I think they are deserving, and obviously they've had their difficulties as well, haven't they, the last few seasons. Nathan Jones is obviously a very experienced manager. You can never write him off, but I just feel like Leyton Orient no one really expected Leyton Orient to be where they were and finish where obviously they have done. And the fantastic cup run they went on as well. So they've got money, obviously, from that they can kind of push into if they do end up getting promoted. But I'm so sorry, Graham. I just can't see past Leyton Orient. And I know, obviously, Charlton have narrowly won in the league, but you can't even take the league into it because it's a cup final at the end of the day, isn't it? It's to get to the championship. So I'm so sorry, but yeah. And this, watch out for Leyton Orient's keeper. Oldham do know that he can head a ball because he scored in the FA Cup, didn't he? And what a goal that was. I was right as well. Charlton have done double against them. Dan, Leyton Orient, Charlton.
I've got to say I agree with what Claire's been saying in the chat. I think the way Richie Wellens has got his Orient side playing at the moment has been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think Charlie Kelman is a massive standout for them. He's been brilliant. And I rated him at QPR. I thought he was decent when he was there. But again, I go back to what I said earlier about teams that have gone down to League One. You know, likes of Sunderland, Leeds, Southampton, and Charlton were one of those that you thought were going to come back straight away, but they haven't. They sort of was an ever-present of League One now, and a bit of a staple of that division. A bit like Preston have been with the Championship. They're just there. So the pressure is on Charlton to get out of that. But yeah, again, I agree with Claire, Nathan Jones, Bell. He is. Oh, come on! Did you see that? The antics are celebrating just because the camera on him, and yet the full-time whistle hadn't even gone. It was just, it was theatre antics.
That's what my rant's about.
Yeah, and that's the perfect segue to go to Ant.
Just love it. Hello, Drita. Hope you're okay.
Hey.
We love you. We miss you. Go on, Ant.
It was just farcical, wasn't it? It was just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. And I like Charlton as a football club. Got a little bit of history with Charlton. They beat us in playoffs, this, that, and the other. You know, I've never cried as much in my life as in 2 playoff finals, one when I was a kid and one when I was an adult, when we got beat off Charlton. You know what I mean? Good old cries then, especially the last one. And I want to see Charlton back in the Championship. I really do. And I think Nathan Jones has done a fantastic job there. No matter what you might think of him as a person off the pitch, which quite a lot of people in the chat thinks he's one of them. But I mean, it was just put on, wasn't it? That's the issue. Well, you don't mind seeing. You looked at the other playoff semi-final with Richie Wellens, and you know, emotions got the better of him, and he ran celebrating for the Charlie's face this time, but then realised what he'd done wrong, and went and, you know, shook Challoner's hand, did everything what he should have done as a manager there, and took the victory magnanimously, if that's how we say it. But you look at that, and it was just put on for the camera. He knew the camera was there, and he just put it on. And for me, it was just like, stop being a dick and just, like, you know, just enjoy it instead of doing stuff like that. But it was also, again, with the Charlton fans on the pitch and everything like that, I think there was a few idiots going to the opposition fans and having goals and this, that, and the other. I really don't like. That's why I don't like pitch invasion, because it's just, you get the odd idiot who's wanting to come on the pitch and do it for the wrong reasons. We had a few idiots last week against Coventry. You know, one rightfully got his phone put in the crowd because he was egging on, you know, the likes of Leyton, Midwell and everything like that. Rightfully so. You know, so, you know, for me, it was just someone who knew what was happening, knew what he was doing, and thought, oh, I'm going to get my name in the papers here. And I just didn't like it at all, to be honest.
Emotion's one of them things, though. You feel emotion. You don't. Yeah. You can't put emotion on. You know, this. It's not a soap. It's not Corrie. It's not Emmerdale. No. It's none of that. You know, this is real football. Those fans that you're putting that team out in front of are sat there with hardly any nails to bite. You know, toes curling because of how cold they are on that brick floor, and just living in the moment. You know, they're the sort of things that get you through. The little things that you don't usually look at and go, oh, these, you know, that's football. But that's the magic of it. And then when you get someone who's playing up to camera, and it takes the whole sentiment of it away, because it doesn't look like he's really happy about the job. He's sort of put it on.
And that's where we're going.
He is happy, but
that's the line we're going though as well with all the social media stuff, isn't it? When you're getting like the videos and this, that, and the other, that's where it's going down, and that's what I don't like. Football, you mentioned, you hit the nail on the head there. Football is raw emotion. You know what I mean? And if the camera just so happens to hit you in the moment, then fair enough. You know, I mentioned last Tuesday, and that was 48,000 fans caught up in the moment. That on the other night wasn't that. It was just someone making up to the cameras, and you see that every single week now. With people,
stadium a lot, mate, where pure Gordon Ramsay was fucking raw.
But yeah, I mean, Graham's but don't put the camera on him. What was Sky thinking of there? They knew they were going to get that. They knew he plays up the cameras like that. So why have they done it for? You know what I mean? Put it into the crowd. Put it into the peeing punter who's seen Charlton go through the ringer. You know what I mean? Like, put it on someone like that who's going to have that raw emotion of getting into a playoff final. But Hey ho. Hey ho.
We've just got a spoiler alert as well. Sam has texted me, and apparently in the summer we've got Nathan Jones on for an interview. I'm joking.
Imagine.
He's going to prove you all wrong, but he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
See, even now he's playing up to the cameras. He's seen how well we're doing and the award we've got, and now he wants to come on here. Bell end.
That's a joke, by the way, everyone. We've not got him coming on, but hopefully we'll have Mark White coming on very soon because he did promise me.
Yeah,
He did promise me.
Just quickly as well in the chat there, Big Girls Really Do Cry, who's our newest subscriber because she subbed last week, Sunderland fan.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Yeah, we've got a few comments about that, Luke, as well. If you're wanting to pitch invade, do it right, for God's sake. Don't be an utter clown when pitch invading. I don't know if anyone...
I don't know what we should rephrase that. If you want to pitch invade, don't. It's illegal. Don't do it. Right?
There was one in the Southend game last night.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Knocked the player out. This player could have concussion and not be allowed to play in the final because this idiot decided to do something stupid to him. Like, I know it's not non-league.
Scott Morris, weren't it? Because he tweeted. He actually tweeted my effing head. He put, "Who need me in the effing head?"
We had one who was already banned, and he'd robbed. Well, I say robbed. He used his mate's ticket to go on the Sheffield United game, and then ran on the pitch and started flicking V's and abusing Chris Wilder. So he's been caught on CCTV, and then they've said, "Well, you shouldn't have even been on anyway because you're on a stadium ban." So now he's been given a lifetime ban.
Oh,
he'll still. The thing is, though, fans like that still find a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what the biggest, like, kind of, I would say, moronic thing about it is? And again, I'm not having to go at everyone who goes onto a pitch, because you see some of them and you're going, I wouldn't mind, you know. But even that made, and that was funny, right? It was funny, but I could have broke the other lad's leg. You know what I mean? It could have. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be like, I don't want to sound like, you know, really like being like a Scrooge about it, because I've never done it and I never will. I don't agree with it. Like when our fans went on last Tuesday, the vast majority of Sunderland fans were booing them because we all want to celebrate with the team, and the team had all ran off. You know what I mean? Like Eliza Mendes was still Eliza Mendes, didn't have a clue what was going on. The problem for me is that in this day and age now, it's too, you see, like 10, 15 years ago when it happened, it was just scenes of utter joy. Now, because you've got a lot of idiots who watch football and this, that, and the other, and the social media stuff, they want to egg the other team. And that's what I don't like about them. Go on and celebrate your team doing well. I've probably got no issue with it. But going on to over-egg someone else, like I say, our idiot who you know, went up to the Coventry fans, Coventry players, so absolute idiot and rightfully will get banned. But what made him an even bigger idiot was he went on and put it on his fucking TikTok, rightfully got booted into the crowd, the phone did. He's managed to rescue the phone, put it on TikTok, which is right, you're banned. So, like, you're going to go on the last...
The only issue, though, to
like that, sort of like... me all over the shop, do you know what I mean?
No. My only problem is, though, that clubs say about this, stay off the pitch, and, you know, they give you 6 or 7 warnings in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
The one bugbear I have about it is, though, they are quick enough to use it in footage. That's the... If you're not wanting fans on the pitch, don't use it as promotional footage.
Yeah.
Don't
put it in the video.
Keep with one hand and take away with the other. I think that's a bit of a shit job, that, and it that's more of a dig at clubs, and I'd even say my own club as well.
Yeah. No, I agree with that
as well.
I've ran on the pitch before, so's everyone. We didn't have many good moments, though, to be fair, and we don't have many fans, so
yeah.
Ant's going to do it once, but he's going to do it old school, like full-on streaker. At Wembley. If you're going to do it, I don't condone it, but if you're going to do it properly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly, I agree with that. What Simon's on. Like, and I've got no issue. Like you know, Claire goes on quite often. You know what I mean? Claire goes on. She's got nothing to say. The way to throw in Claire's on the pitch. You know what I mean? And I don't mind that because Claire's got the right attitude about going on the pitch. Shai, you mentioned it before. It is unbridled joy that your team has done well. You would never think about whether you were playing and go like that. But there is idiots in this day and age that do it and want to do it for that specific reason, and that's why I don't like it. You know what I mean? We mentioned the Maidstone stuff, and again, I don't want to sound like a boring old bastard. But what if that lad broke his leg? What happens?
100%.
You know what I mean? What happens after? What happens if someone goes on, does the wrong thing? We mentioned about the Southend play. What if he misses the playoff final?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's possible. Like his head's proper smashed, so he's got to go through concussion protocols. And if he's not fit, then
did you see what happened in? I think it was Aberdeen on Saturday, where he was a sub, and there was like people on the pitch, this, that, and the other. Because I think Aberdeen had gone into Europe or something along those lines. And one of their own fans threw a chair on the pitch, hit him in the friggin', nearly hit him there.
Wow.
Right, he had to have 18 stitches in his head. Could have put his eye out. It was that close, put his eye out. And that's the problem now. The idiots are making it worse for the actual fans who do want to celebrate. So that's why I'm kind of like, I just wouldn't do it because I wouldn't want it to happen to me on that pitch or someone throwing something at me.
That worries me as well. Say we get promoted from the National League or whatever, and everyone goes on the pitch. It's not just the players; it's the staff. The staff are on the pitch taking videos
the
and
Birmingham Villa game quite a
and
while
what if
ago.
someone hits them or does something to them? And
they remember that.
Yeah.
And Grealish got his head punched by a fan from behind.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, it's the minority that ruin it for the majority. And if it's done right, and there's no stuff done to like the stadium, LED boards are damaged and things like that. If there's no antisocial behaviour with it, and it's just pure unbridled joy, go for it. But yeah, exactly, Graham. Exactly.
It's like Warsaw as well. We'll get onto it, but one of their players had their GPS vest taken, and now he's trying to get it back because that's got all his data on that he needs for the upcoming season, and someone's taking it. I mean, why are you taking a GPS vest in the first place? What are you going to get out of that? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Just if you're going to pitch in bed, do it, celebrate with your players, but don't be an idiot. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Look at Aki with corner flags. Sorry to bring it back up again, Bex, if you're watching. We need the latest on that, actually. Did the flags
I know. I need it.
I know.
I
feel like it's a police case that we need to put to rest, and then we can move on with the rest.
Just quickly finishing off League One. So Graham did put, it's a literal coin flip for me. Both informed teams and going to come down to who copes better on the day. This I agree with Claire. Orient very hard to break down. I'd like Charlton to win for Graham, but just can't see past Orient from what I've watched. And she's also put about Orient. Issue is Orient go up, lose all their best players who are on loan, and then go straight back down. Yeah.
And you know what Dan mentioned before about form in playoff finals, and Charlton at Wembley just have that kind of knack to get something, and that for me just puts them ahead of Orient. I watched like both. I watched the Orient versus Stockport games. We were all wanting Stockport to win.
Yeah.
I thought Orient were excellent in both of them games. I thought Orient were excellent, and to break down and to beat Stockport was amazing. And I know it was on penalties and whatever and stuff like that. Yeah. But to get that result was fantastic for them. For me though, I'm just edging towards Charlton for the big game moments. Alexa Matty Gordon, who's been there, done it. I think they're just going to see them over the line.
So, Ants Charlton, I'm going to go Leyton Orient. Sorry, Graham. Dan, who are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going for Orient as well.
Jen?
Yeah, it's Orient for me as well. I just think they're unstoppable at the minute.
Sorry, Graham.
I still love you, Graham. I'm with you, mate. I'm standing with you.
I still love you, Graham.
Hopefully we're both celebrating come Sunday.
It has put just flying our flag too. In 2025, we've only lost 3 games, and the big side pitch should suit our game too. Lovely.
Nice.
I used to like this podcast. I'm so sorry, Graham. You are still one of our favourites.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll jinx Orient for you.
Who does Munsey support then, so we can take the mick on Munsey for half an hour?
I know, Munsey, talk to us.
Oh, it's a labour of love on this show. We all love each other. Stop doing that. Oh man, what a legend that man is, man. There's been so many good gifts and stickers. Oh, well, go with it. There's been so many good gifts and good stickers with Dan Ballard this week. It's honestly proper funny. We lost last night, all Forest Green.
It's either Man United or Forest Green.
I'm going to go with United. I don't think Forest Green have many fans.
But the next game that we are going to preview is obviously the League 2 playoff final, AFC Wimbledon versus Walsall. But one thing I did want to point out, and I want to send obviously our get well wishes to, was obviously Sam Hutchinson, who plays for AFC Wimbledon. He unfortunately had a cardiac arrest on the pitch. And he's undergoing heart surgery at the moment. So obviously he will miss the playoff final. But I did just want to obviously send him all of our get well wishes, because we're all behind him, and hopefully he does make a speedy recovery. And I'm so glad everything's all right.
Yeah.
So glad everything's all right. But yeah, AFC Wimbledon, Walsall. Oh, honestly, Walsall.
I don't know how we've got here. I generally don't know how we've got here.
Their fans must need therapy at this point. I mean, if I was one of their fans, I would be in therapy right now. Being obviously so many points clear at the top, that final day thinking you got automatic promotion, but then Bradford, Sarcevic comes, the ball hits him on the backside, goes in, gets Bradford promoted, and then Walsall will end up in the playoffs. I mean, I am glad they've got this far, to be honest. I'm glad they do get the trip to Wembley, regardless of it. But, Jen, I'm going to come to you first. Walsall, what are we making about them?
I just don't understand how they've got here. It doesn't make any sense. The fall off they had was just crazy. I still think it's because he didn't shake Derek Adams' hand. I will stand by that. That's what happens when you don't shake a Scotchman's hand. But I just don't understand how they've got it. They seem to have got it by the skin of the teeth. They are a very, very good side, but the drop-off that they had was just crazy. So no one predicted that they'd be anywhere near the playoffs. I thought they would have got beat in the playoffs, to be honest. I didn't think they would be in the final at all, but somehow they've got here. But I don't think they'll win. I think Wimbledon are just better, and they are a very, very good side. It's hard to predict, but I would probably go Wimbledon for me.
It must be hard as well, though, right, from a Walsall perspective. And I think they've actually done really well, the mentality of the playoffs, because it could have been so easy for them with everything, obviously, as we mentioned, they top for so long, and then you think you're getting automatics. You're waiting on Bradford's result, and I think it was was it 90+7, 90+8 or something? Bradford then get the winner. So it must be hard to then try and pick yourselves back up again from all of that. So fair play to them on that, I think, Walsall. Anne, have you got any thoughts on them?
Do you know what? I expected them to, properly bomb out of Chesterfield. I think we said when we did the playoffs, didn't we? I thought Chesterfield. I thought Chesterfield would have the favourites out before them to go up, and that shows how much fun, to be honest. It feels like though that they've had a second chance at it, being so poor, so poor towards the end of the season, and the fact that they're kind of being right. We're aware that we've fucked up. Let's put it right. And I find this one, out of the three, the hardest to call. I cannot, at the minute, pick a winner. I think both sides have gone in with I think they both comfortably won their playoff games. There wasn't many scares at all, really. So it's a one where on form they both have merits. I don't know. I'd love to see Wimbledon go up, because I think they deserve it, and it'd be hilarious to see them properly overtake MK now. But on the other hand, I think Walsall, over the course of the season, probably deserve it because of the way that they were 18 points clear. Yes, they had a ridiculously bad run, but they were the best side in the league by far up until February, weren't they? So, it's either or for me. I really don't know. I'm going to err on the side of Wimbledon, but it'll be a great game. I think that's got to be the best game out of the three, to be honest, because it's two different styles as well. So, yeah.
Dan, have you got any thoughts on this one?
No, I think, like I said the other week, that MK Dons sort of got their limelight off the back of AFC Wimbledon's failings. It'd be nice to see AFC Wimbledon do something, but I think it's Walsall. It's Walsall's to lose. I think getting into the playoffs made them sort of give them the kick up the arse. Like, come on now, like this has gone on far too long, and we need to finish the job off. So it is so difficult to call. But if I had to pick a winner, I want the One Bulls to do it.
Oh, I don't really, like all of you, I don't really know what to make of this one, to be fair. Both teams have been good this season, obviously, apart from Walsall and their blip. But at the end of the day, they're still in the playoffs, aren't they? Which, obviously, they've got there for a reason. I just personally think it will work out for Walsall. As much as it would be nice for AFC Wimbledon, and we all like AFC Wimbledon compared to the Dons, don't we? MK Dons, they're just not. It would be nice for AFC Wimbledon. I just feel like with Walsall and all the bad luck they have been through, I just have a feeling, obviously, it will be Walsall who do come out with this. And I don't know if anyone saw as well or seen it going along, but there's a theme at the minute with birds, isn't there? And all the birds are winning at the moment. And if anyone looks at Walsall's badge, what is it? They've got a big, obviously, a bird on it. And I just feel like with that current theme at the minute, which pains me because Oldham have an owl. So that pains me. And I'm hoping I'm actually going to Photoshop wings on Southend shrimp and try and get that going.
Just to make it a bird.
I know, but obviously there was Bradford, weren't there, the chicken, Leeds, the peacock, and the FA Trophy, Aldershot, the Phoenix, and then obviously we've had Palace, Liverpool, Spurs, and there's just a reoccurring theme, isn't there, at the minute with the birds, and I just...
Orient have got dragons, haven't they? And they can't like fly, so...
I know, yeah. But yeah, it's a real like tough one for me, this game. And like you said, Anne, as well, this is the hardest one I found to predict. And I feel like both teams, like they've both got real good managers. I'm still fuming about that with Derek Adams, but I'm sure it's Johnny Jackson, isn't it? Who's at obviously AFC Wimbledon, and we've seen what he can do. I think both teams are very hard to break down as well. They score goals, but they're very good defensively, both teams. So I don't think there'll actually be much between them and between this game. I wouldn't actually be surprised if it did go into extra time, potentially penalties as well, because I feel like both teams are very tough to break down and they're very good defensively. But I'm just going to go with Walsall because I feel like it's their time. They've been through so much bad luck. Yeah. Surely we're not going to lose this. But if we do, then wow.
It's theirs to lose.
It is. Anybody in the chat? Your predictions? Yeah, Charlton legend Johnny Jackson. I was right. I was convinced it was him. Oh. I remember that story.
That story is so funny.
I'll tell you what, there's been some kickoff in the SPL.
Oh, what's going on?
It always boots off in that game. It's the playoff, isn't it? The relegation playoff.
Yeah, Livingston against Ross County. Livingston were winning 1-0. 92nd minute, Ross County. Oh, sorry, it went for 3 minutes added on, and in the 94th, Ross County got a penalty that went from VAR. Then a fan turned around to one of the managers and assistants next to the dugout, said something. So someone in the dugout turned to take a swing for the fan, and it's all just...
Oh, I love drama.
There's always something happens in that
Oh,
promotion.
that
They kick 7 colours of shit out of each other as well in that.
Yeah.
No one's predicting who they want to win this League Two playoff. So I
That's
feel
how
like
hard it is to call, Shah. That's how hard it is. Everyone's on the fence.
Yeah.
I think my heart
everything.
is... I think my heart says Wimbledon, but I'm with you with Walsall. My head says Walsall.
Yeah.
I just think they're probably the better side out of the two, but then it could go either way. Well, of course it could. I think that's out of the 3. That's the one you mentioned, penalty shot. I think that's the one most likely to go penalties.
Definitely.
Mm.
Graham has put, we've got one. Graham has put, because of Johnny Jackson, I'm fully behind Wimbledon. But yeah, I think that's the end of a football chat, obviously, tonight. It has been quite a quick one compared to usual, but we've still... Exactly. We've still done it. We've done quite good for timing, to be fair. And we spoke about our grands and our favourite biscuits as well. So it's been a good show. But yeah, and
hello.
Good luck.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good luck. Honestly, we are all rooting for you.
Yeah.
But if anybody does want to find you on the socials, where can they find you?
Either on Cloud9 or at the bottom of a very, 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 very long pit, to be honest. I'm an _Watson on Twitter and on Blue Sky. And if you would still like your women's football from next season, we are at the Howie Lasses, which is at Howie Pod on Twitter. And if you wanted to do a report, which has got some fantastic interviews this week, one with Don Goodman, which is good, one with David Priest, excellent goalkeeper. That is at Howie the Podcast on Twitter, which you may hear me once or twice coming up as well. So. Yeah, it would be.
That was quick, that, Graham. I'll give you that.
That was really good. I
like
that.
That's a newspaper headline if he grabs the winner.
It is.
Yeah. Well, good luck to everyone as well. Good luck to Charlton and to Leyton, Orient and to Wimbledon and Walsall, and obviously slightly less good luck to Sheffield United. Good luck to everyone. And if anyone's going, like I said, if anyone's going to say hello, I'm very polite. I'll say hello back. Don't ask
he
me
is very polite. I can vouch for that.
He's got an award for his politeness.
And Shah, the last time I was in London.
Exactly, we won.
What happened? We won something.
We won.
There you go.
Jen, where can everybody find you? Oh, we had a wobble then. Literally, my leg's gone dead. I've got pins and needles, and I was like flopping.
Rolling over.
It's the earrings. They started.
Yeah, it won't be there when you wake up in the morning now. If anyone wants to find me, I forgot then. It's Jen _ on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all them places. You can find me there. I will be sat on the sofa on Saturday watching Sunderland and having everything crossed that they do it.
Damn! Whoop, whoop. Dan, where can everybody find you? Remember, we want Sam Waller.
Yes.
Put in a word. Let us get him on the cheap.
You can find me tagging Sam Waller in everything to do with Rochdale. Doing Shara a favour. Especially for when she has her social media day with Rochdale. But other than that, you'll find me here and potentially some shows on Tuesday with them lot. But mostly I'll be here and at Turf Morehouse on all social media platforms.
Love that. And if anybody does want to follow me, I'm SharXRAFC. That is on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. My Her Game 2 stuff is Rochdale HGT. But of course, as Anne mentioned, we have an Absolute Football podcast, and we won Best New Content Creator at the Football Content Awards. I love saying it. But yeah, you can find us on Twitter. We are Absolute Ball Pod. On YouTube and Twitch, we are Absolute Football Podcast. On TikTok, we are Absolute Football Pod. On Instagram, we are Absolute Football Podcast _. Blue Skies, we are Absolute Football. And on Facebook, we are the Absolute Football Podcast. And we now have 4 live shows a week. So on Monday, we are Absolutely Non-League, where you can find myself, Jen, Ben, JCB, with the rest of the team, obviously talking Panorama National League and North and South. We will this week be obviously talking about the playoff semi-finals, because it's not the finals till the week after. 1st of June it is, so we'll be talking about retain lists and any other news as well in non-league. On a Tuesday, you can join Sam for Absolutely Premier League. Wednesday, we do have Freya and Team Chaos for all things women's football with Absolutely Women's Football Show. And then, of course, on a Thursday, I bet you're all sick of my face. I do apologise. You can find us on Absolutely Lower League Show, and that is where we obviously cover EFL Championship, League One and League Two. I just wanted to point out as well, since obviously doing the split of the shows and going to 4 live shows a week, we have been growing massively on YouTube, which is absolutely phenomenal. Like, we cannot thank you enough. Your support on there, obviously the support and kind comments on Twitter, all the socials. We absolutely, honestly, it's incredible. And we're so humbled with all your kind words as well. We just love creating content and obviously spending our nights with you. You're all fantastic. But yeah, that is the end of a football chat. If anybody's teams are involved in the playoffs, massive good luck to you all. Hope you all enjoy your days at Wembley. Have a lovely weekend and bye for now. Bye, everyone.